Stephen A.
Yes.
Was Tua the most impressive quarterback on Sunday?
To me, it was. To me, it was. And I'm a bit tainted because I just think that brother Tyreek Hill is just something special.
He is special.
This brother is on another level, okay? And obviously, when you think about it, just think about it this way. Tyreek Hill averaged 108 yards, a game last year when Tua was throwing him the ball. It was 75 when he wasn't. So clearly, Tua throwing him the football goes a long way. And we get all of that. And that was a game. They were going back and forth, but they could not stop. J.C. Jackson and them boys in the secondary, they were no match. They looked like, they looked like somebody. They looked like they were in a horror film. Mm-hmm. And the villain was Tyreek Hill. You just saw it. And so I look at Miami and I look at Tua. The combination of Tua and Tyreek, I'm going to say that's elite, not just because of Tyreek, but also because you can't ignore Waddle either.
Yeah.
And how that frees stuff up for Tyreek as well. They're great, and I get it, but the fear factor combined with the greatness, combined with Tua just having those skills, I got to give it to them. And last point about this before I pass it to y'all. I've lamented for quite some time how Miami passed on Justin Herbert in favor of Tua. I'm just thinking 6'5", 6'6", you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's the guy you should have picked. But I also watched Tua at Alabama and won a national championship. Came in after halftime when Saban benched Hurts. We know that story. Tua is just showing you. Listen, if he can stay healthy, he is showing you how great he can be. I just want to say that.
You remember we had Bart Scott out here. You and I said Tua would outplay Justin Herbert. Bart Scott talking about no, he won't. Oh, you see J.C. Jackson, you hear Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Did they play yesterday? Because they gave up 533 yards.
Yes.
And the thing is that with Tua, what they did with Tua, they said, hold on. He had these great numbers at Alabama, but he was throwing to Devontae Smith. He was throwing to Jerry Jeudy. He was throwing to Ruggs. He was throwing to all these guys. How about let us go get some of those guys? They drafted Jalen Waddle. They trade for Tyreek Hill. They give him the speed and the playmakers that he had at Alabama, and you're seeing what he's able to do. But I took Jordan Love because Jordan Love is following 30-plus years of exemplary quarterback play.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
You go 7 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Super Bowl wins, Stephen A. So you go 15, 16 years of Brett Favre. You go another 18 years of Aaron Rodgers. And that's what he's up against. Now, remember, it wasn't like we heard it all. He wasn't happy with them selecting Jordan Love. Go get me another receiver. And Jordan Love did this without his best receiver, Christian Watson. He ain't got no Tyreek. And him to go on the road, the oldest rivalry in the NFL, their fiercest rival, and to do what he did opening when all the eyes are on him, can he do it? He stood up, he showed. I'm not taking anything away from Tua. I love Tua. I love this Miami Dolphins because I picked them to win the East, remember last week? But Jordan Love, what he was able to do, the poise in which he played, Jordan Love was the most impressive because he has the expectations, the weight of 30-plus years of great quarterback play in front of him.
Boy, I see why you was the hottest free agent in ball. Boy, you make a lie sound like the truth, don't you? Ooh, you make a lie sound like the truth. Boy, you know good and well it was Tua Tagovailoa. And also, too, the other piece is this. You're talking about the Jordan Love questions. Tua Tagovailoa has been questioned throughout his career, whether it was the start with Brian Flores, the injuries last season. And also, last year, on December 11, 2022, these same two teams played. And the reason people brought up Khalil Mack and what they could do defensively, they only scored 17 points. They say in the Bible, right? In the Bible, because we've been talking about the Bible, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. In football, he who finds the right head coach finds a good thing. And Mike McDaniel is the perfect coach for Tua Tagovailoa. The aggression he played with. You know what I want? I want it to be 4th and 7 at midfield, and we go for it. That's what I want. You know what I want? I want it to be 9 seconds left to go in the half. And instead of us taking a knee, we're going to go play action pass to Jalen Waddle for 20 yards. Then we're going to push it 40 yards down the field. And now J.C. Jackson, who's in coverage, pass interference, that's 3 points. That's what we win by. Right? Think about this. You throw the interception, J.C. Jackson gets it. What you do the next time you come on the field? You go right back at him with Tyreek Hill. It's that sort of aggression that has Tua Tagovailoa playing that way as well. And this is a situation. Think about the pressure. I get the pressure of following 2 Hall of Famers. I get that. What about the pressure of playing against the guy that everybody in the world says your team should have drafted instead of you? Knowing that every time y'all two face off, they're not just going to compare wins and losses. They're going to compare stats. They're going to compare perception. All of those things. And all Tua Tagovailoa did was step up and make plays all day. And late in the game, he made the best throw of his career, stepping up in the pocket, hitting Tyreek Hill down the sideline. I think what he was able to do last year brings me back to the fourth quarter against Baltimore last season when they came back, except for he did it from the start of the game to the finish. It was, to me, the most impressive performance by any player the entire weekend.
Well, and remember, they fumbled the ball on the opening drive. They get the ball and going right down the field, and he fumbled the ball like at the 5-yard line. But Jordan Love, think about what he had to go through. I don't want you here. I'm not so sure how much Aaron, look, Aaron might have took him under his wings and said, son, this is what you need to, young son, but this is what you need to do. This is how you need to prepare for the game. But there's a lot that was on this young man.
Jordan Love is more unexpected.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Yes.
Let me say this. What the hell you want me to call you today? Dear Shannon? As in Dear Abby? I mean, this is the Chicago Bears we talk about. I mean, we just finished breaking out the Giants. We talk about the Chicago Bears. The worst defense in the National Football League. Last year. Let's bring that up, okay? The worst defense in the National Football League. I said the Giants got Saquon Barkley in a bag of chips. Who the hell Justin Fields have? It ain't chips. It's worse than that. Okay, so let's call it what it is. I understand that Jordan Love, there's some expectations. You're following Aaron Rodgers. The eye of the storm is on you, and I get all that. And it's supposed to be a rivalry. I had to double check this. This is the 9th straight time the Packers have beaten the Chicago Bears.
Justin Fields 0-5.
But Justin Fields 0-5, right? And Chicago Bears, 8 straight home losses date back to last season, right? 11 straight overall. I mean, what rivalry we talking about here? And Chicago's one of the top 5 cities in America. We all know that. Your team stinks. Your team stinks. And I mean, it's really, really bad. And see, me personally, it hits me because I don't like the cold. Okay?
No.
And to know how cold it is there, and for people to spend their hard-earned money going to Soldier Field to watch this atrocity. All right, they got Justin Field and an atrocity behind them. They're just not very good. So Jordan Love deserves credit, and I get that. And Chicago will be better. Why? Because they can't get worse.
I will say
That's
this.
why.
The thing about Jordan Love that I agree with Shannon on, as a complete offense, they haven't looked this way in a long time, right? We continue.
What's this way?
So we continue to give Aaron Rodgers the excuse he has no one to throw to, right? Yesterday, Jordan Love found Jaden Reed, right, from Michigan State, found him off of Romeo Doubs, right, 2 tubs. Aaron Jones was worked into the pass game. Matt LaFleur opened up the offense because Jordan Love has no favorite. Jordan Love is not tied to getting the football to one person. So now defensively, as a defensive coordinator, I got to defend the entire field, not only just the run. And the other thing that changed my perspective on what Jordan Love did yesterday was the manipulation of defense. Right, being able to use his eyes to get to people, being able to go through his progressions. It's the natural progression of a quarterback who got an opportunity to watch. And whether Aaron Rodgers took him under his wing or not, he looked like a seasoned veteran.
But the problem, fellas, is, listen, man, I learned from greatness. You understand what I'm saying? I do. And I'm telling you, I could have sworn over the years I've heard y'all religiously bring up the quality of the competition.
Yes.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you didn't
They
have
all
a
in the pros, Stephen A.
Excuse me. Romeo Doubs was there last year.
Yes.
Okay. Aaron Jones was there last year.
Yes.
Matt LaFleur trying to call plays was there last year.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying. And look, Jordan Love wasn't in unfamiliar territory in terms of the people he was playing with.
Yeah.
The unfamiliarity was the playing time he was receiving.
I'm just happy for Jordan Love that this is the conversation this morning. I'm happy for both Miami, for Tua, and Jordan Love. This is the conversation we're having today.
Have you heard of the news, Bad News Bears?
Oh, my God. Let's go.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.